as tuppence and changing, yet changeless as canal water, armoured and effete, nestling in green nowhere, Miss Havishambling feudal still, Opsimat and Eremite. The BBC London 3-5 show. I've got to come up with a title for that. Alex Thomas been with us a long time answering. Leader of the 19-19-year-olds who have now been restored.
Once they were known.
Yeah, they are known as the 19-19-year-olds again.
For one day only.
No, always. Always, I'm afraid so. No, we couldn't dwell on it forever, you leaving their ranks and becoming a front person. Even the lowliest foot soldier had the marshal's baton in her knapsack. And the 19-19-year-olds are fully restored. And today we're going to need them because, I don't know if you remember, it was about the time you were working on the show, Alex. We had this thing, we tried this initiative, and they don't all work. They don't all work. The batting average around BBC London is high. Most of the initiatives and changes to the station are fully endorsed by the public, and everyone loves them.
I suppose
occasionally,
when we tell them.
Occasionally, they fall down. One of them was a thing, well, I've had two notable failures that people won't let me forget. The Cat and Dog Super Bowl.
That was just such a terrible, terrible idea in so many ways. And even the execution of it was just... We tried our very best.
When you were on the show, I don't know, I worked out the kinks.
Julie and I, Mountain Goat and I, sat downstairs for hours with little pieces of paper and scissors with names of cats and dogs.
Nobody lets you forget them. I'd forgotten all about that. But the other thing that we didn't work, we tried for a long time with this, was Women Only Wednesdays. And it sounded like a ghetto. It sounded like, because I know people never gender me. They never think of me as one or the other. But we tried that, and it didn't happen.
See, I notice it's a Wednesday. Are we trying to resurrect something?
No, we're not trying to. No, resurrect is a terribly negative word in this context. But what we're trying to do is the fellas at R&R, and they've spent, because otherwise the papers have just said, they spent £230,000 of licence payers' money to rejig it. That's what they've done. They've rejigged it.
Oh, we're rejigging.
And it's not Women Only Wednesday anymore.
Yes.
Right? It's male-free midweek. Male-free midweek. And all the records and everything. And Vashti Bunyan's coming in. And as I say, I'm a fella. There it is. That's it. There it is. I'm putting that up front.
But for today?
But for today. All the calls can be mixed, but they'll all be from a
female's perspective.
That's it. Because I'm so handy for that. Anyway, welcome aboard, everyone. At least the records will be that way. And Vashti Bunyan coming in, there's no doubt about that. Vashti is the leader of her species, her gender, if you will, her sex. And so Vashti Bunyan will be coming in, who I can't help but feel partly responsible for her renaissance.
I think that's fair.
That's very much fair, isn't it? Now, I wonder if Vashti's aware of that, or if anyone outside this room. But good afternoon, everyone. That's how it's going to work. So let's start this off. So we're going to start off with, I think, a duet that I recorded with your partner Mark once, and let's try with that. Actually, let's let the theme tune in first. Hang on. Oh, Candyman. Let's try this then. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, I'll tell you what we're looking for now. We're looking for the greatest living English woman. Just throw a few votes out there, and I'll give you something else to do on the other side of this.
What a shame Bette Midler and Linda Ronstadt can't fall into that category.
It is, both of those. That's who that was previously, of course. And this is We'll give you the subjects we're going to be dealing with here and there.
This is relevant to now.
What's relevant to now? Go on.
I've just been listening. This is Mike in Nottingham, to yesterday's show in the future, i.e. this morning. Have you noticed the medieval minstrels playing Under Your Chat at about 3:15 seem to be playing the theme from World of Sport?
I can't even remember what was... Oh, I know. Yes, I'll play that.
I'm happy to see spells medieval as in media evil, which, there's something in that, I think.
So, we'll dig that out in a minute. Yes, there may be something in that. Here's what we're doing. We're going to be looking for the greatest living English woman here on Male-Free Wednesdays. See how long that lasts. And we're going to ask you, what should
It's already gone from Male-Free midweek to Male-Free Wednesdays.
Yes, it has. It has fallen down already on that. But we're looking also for things they should stop inventing. This is maybe too small, but bathroom plugs used to be a simple thing that in Russia worked as currency, and you could just put them in. They were rubber discs. You wouldn't remember this, Alex, but they used to be big, thick rubber discs attached by a chain, and you always knew where they were, and they stayed there, and they were cheap.
Because we have no such things like that anymore.
No, you don't. Sure, well, we don't. And in our house, they're kind of steel fixtures around the back of the tap. You push down the thing, and it seals.
Only hotels have that.
Like that. No, they don't. And the thing is, they have the capability of going wrong, and they should stop inventing them. Here's Ken in Battersea. Hello, Ken.
Hello, Ken.
Which one are you, Ken? I think that's
the opening record which you played, all about having fun. My greatest living English woman would be Kate Moss.
Kate Moss having fun, but this is
an interesting choice.
This is the only thing is it's under the dead hand of being topical. I wonder if 2 months ago whether Ken would have run in and said the greatest living Englishman. I think it is under the dead hand of topical. Man, you see, we were desperately trying not to do that. Well, maybe it'll get some other people ringing in if that's the standard.
Get him Vashti, a.k.a. Basil Brush.
Something, wasn't it? How absurd I am. I have nothing better to do than ring in with specious inquiries at radio stations.
Is he in our deadbeat club, surely?
I like Ken a lot. Ken comes ready to. Well, that's the standard at the moment. I actually thought he was going to say Joyce Grenfell or something there, but they must be living.
Is she still with us? No.
No, Joyce is long gone, sadly, but they must be still with us. We've got your suggestions for the greatest living Englishwoman here on Mail Free Wednesdays. What should they stop inventing? Just stop inventing. It's been invented. Stop inventing it. Plugs were fine.
Plugs are still fine. I think you'll find most of the listening London audience, myself and the production staff included, still have the rubber things.
If you've had your bathroom installed in the last couple of years, you won't have that. And I'm serious. They don't. They think they can make them better, i.e. with the capability of going wrong. And that's the fact, Jack. You watch. Anyone who's had a bathroom put in, you won't have a rubber thing on a chain. I defy anyone to call us and say they've had a bathroom put in.
Do you open your house with little cards as well?
No, exactly. No. I'm telling you, honestly, I really know whereof I speak here. But bathrooms now, you go to any bathroom showroom, you won't see plugs, and they should stop inventing things. What else should they stop inventing, please? 0207 224 2000, you can ring us up. Looking for the greatest living Englishwoman, and the asterisk challenge starts now. Now, I'm saying that right, aren't I? Asterisk.
Better than I am.
Asterisk.
Asterisk.
Great menu. I saw it was put through our letterbox, and it's a great asterisk menu that says, buy this pizza and you'll get £300 worth of pizza free. Asterisk. And you go down to the bottom and it says, not available before midday, can't have any meat choices, nothing in the special. And it's got a whole list of great asterisk choices.
Huge argument with my local pizza seller the day before yesterday. I found myself alone in the house, and so of course I ordered pizza. And I think they should be flexible if they want my business. And I didn't want a litre bottle of Coca-Cola. I wanted chicken wings instead. But would they swap? No. And it was exactly the same amount. Of course you can.
No, I'm sorry. I'm with Giuseppe here, or whoever it is.
I wanted a 12-inch meat feast. I didn't want pop. I wanted chicken wings.
Graciously accept the giant bottle of pop. Graciously accept it. Here's Paul in Isleworth. He knows what they should stop inventing. Good morning, Paul.
Televisions.
Yeah, OK. Why should they stop inventing televisions?
Well, once we were happy with a 24-inch square television.
Speak for yourself here, I'm afraid.
On the front. Now we've got HD, TV, LCD.
Yeah, but they're good. I'm disallowing this immediately because I disagree with you.
For TV, we've got widescreen.
Yeah, that's all good, though. See, televisions, they can keep on inventing because now they're narrow and flat like a crisp bread. That's all good. They don't, look, you're putting it up against my plug argument here, and it's coming up short.
I don't mind reinventing televisions, but the things that you can do with television, they should surely put a halt on that now.
Yeah, well, I suppose...
It doesn't matter because you just sit in front of it, and I've got this 6.1 surround sound, and when I switch it on, my wife can tell no difference between regular TV speakers.
I bought one of those SASCD things the other year because they remastered Bob Dylan's records last year into the 5-way sound, Paul, and they said you've got to have one of these machines. Now, I say only, but it's not like a £1 million system. So I bought it from Selfridges, 325 quid. I played it once, and I tore it out in the week because the wires kept getting in the way. Why did you need 5 speakers? You don't. They only had one when he recorded it. I'll allow it on the principle of, yes, there are too many speakers.
Actually, yes, those...
Welcome back to the radio.
Bless you, Paul. We'll sort it out over the next couple of weeks, and we'll theme all our days. Won't we have some fun then? Thank you, Paul. Go to Trevor in a second. What you got there?
The CD machines that play 50, 60 CDs at a time, they're no good. Nobody wants to play more than
that's
one
another
or
thing.
two.
Stop inventing those. That's a good one. It's all yes, it is leisure time based, I think. But my plug argument, I defy anyone to come up with things. They should stop inventing more than they should stop inventing bathroom plugs. Because this new one, they just pop straight up again and the water runs away. And I said, why can't we have a rubber plug? They don't make them with rubber plugs anymore.
I don't believe that. I just like going to Dad's shop down the road from me and they have them there.
Try and get
I'll buy you one.
No, this is not the... I'm not talking over the song. This is a background thing. Technical point. In what way are adventures driving us towards a male-free audience? No, that's nothing. You can't gender the conversation, dear. Yes, we're having... all the music today will be women. And...
This isn't women, is it?
It's not on. This is us talking over it. What's the matter, Martin Goat? Nobody is saying. Oh, yes, Trevor on line 2. Good morning, Trevor. How you doing, Trevor?
Afternoon, Candyman.
Thank you very much indeed, Trevor. What have you got?
Razor blades, my friend.
No.
Oh, yeah. No, yes.
No.
Well, I think I'm ahead of you in what you're about to say, but carry on there, Trevor. What do you say? Why do you say that?
Well, every 6 months they come out with a new style, a new range. The best.
Have you got the one that woggles?
That's brilliant.
It is great.
No, it's fantastic.
No, listen, we've got a new one coming out now with 5 blades on.
Yeah, a little combine harvester that goes around your face. I've seen it.
Pretty I do the next morning, still won't have a shave.
Did you know that about 2 years ago, The Onion, whom God preserve, did an article about Gillette fight back against Wilkinson. Gillette say, we're going for 5 blades and 2 lathering strips. And then, what was announced 2 weeks ago? 5 blades and 2 lathering strips was. Yeah, it was art imitating life and imitating art and all of that. I can't... Trevor, it would stand... Go on, what?
So we get the battery up in the middle of the handle. Where there used to be a little plastic handle. Done the same job there?
No, it doesn't. No, here's the thing. That's why I can't allow it into the things they should stop inventing, Trevor, because it actually is a really good razor.
It's the best razor I've ever used.
I, like you, Trevor, made a fool of myself, and I dare say if we still had Paul on the line, he'd be laughing at what you're saying. Because I when it first came out, I said, I said, look, now we've got to have batteries for hand razors, and I threw it away. And Mark O'Donnell picked it out of the bin, took it home, and said to me, I think you're wrong now. Joyce Grenfell says Lewis in Mill Hill, but Joyce is dead. You see, it's got to be the greatest living Englishwoman. Therein lies the category, I think.
Robin Harrow, a fairly good contender here. Ellen MacArthur.
Yes, I suppose so.
I think that's fair.
I suppose.
Dame Ellen MacArthur.
Yeah, but it's a little bit... I'm not into that sort of thing. I don't keep that sort of stuff for... we can keep that sort of stuff. Listen to that. It's soothing. It's a soothing tone. I think soothing tone. Let's try this. Because it's male-free midweek is what it is. So we're looking for the greatest living Englishwoman, the things they should stop inventing. Have you got any literature out there that's got asterisks on it, and what do they say?
Downtown, my darling, dime store thief.
Male-free midweek, this is. Male-free midweek. Most of the subjects will be addressed. We're encouraging both sexes, of course, to take part in the show, but it'll be very much skewed towards women, the show. All the music is.
You know, John in SE1 wants to know, he's Danny, great to have you on the wireless again, but if we're having a men-free midweek, then he says, I demand, not even asking for, I demand a female-free Fridays.
No, that's not going to happen, no, because, you know, the blokes overwhelm these sort of subjects anyway. The lists and stuff, you know, most women bat their eyes and yawn behind their fans. I'm just trying to bring down the other way, so we're not always asking people to sign up to Yellow Boot Sunday or something. So, no, the men have plenty of meat, and let us not kid ourselves. Now, what it is on the male-free midweek, how about gendering things, you know, because, as I say, I never try to gender myself. I like to let people know, is that a man or a woman? If you're a woman out there who people always, not physically, but...
we often scratch our heads when looking...
Everyone thinks I'm a man. If any woman wants to ring in and say that, because maybe you're your name, or you have a gravelly voice, or perhaps, you know, let's not be coy here. If Fatima Whitbread wants to ring us up and say, it's a curse, but what can I do? It's a curse. Everyone thinks I'm a man. There's a subject for you, 0207 224 2000, if you're good enough.
A woman in America who I once had an email working relationship with developed a large crush on me for that very reason.
Because she thought Alex.
Exactly, and it got to the point. I thought she was very friendly, but
Amy LeMay's at home now going, yeah, dear, like you didn't encourage it. Yeah, she is.
Well, no, I think I did, but it got to the end when she finally sent the giveaway was she sent an email saying, so I've often wondered what you look like. I'm picturing you sort of 6'2", James Bond type, you know, dark hair, blue eyes.
They should stop inventing the internet, shouldn't they? Yeah.
They really should. And I had to let her down very gently and say I was about 5'4" and blonde and brown eyes.
And Joey Lewis pops in and goes, oh well, nobody's perfect, and all of that. So here's the subject this morning. We want a list of things they should stop inventing, like they've reinvented the bathroom plug and it's no good. I'll buy the 25 speakers you now have to have for television. They should stop inventing that. If everyone thinks you're a man, as I say, asterisks we're doing, and just talking about gendering, I mean, are there things, like, especially in cartoons and stuff, that people make presumptions they are, like Emu. What do you think? Is Emu a boy or a girl? Rod Hull's Emu, is it a boy or a girl? And to help us along...
Never considered that.
To help us along, here is Emu's only record, and the voice doesn't help us out, of course, because the voice is like this. Long-time listeners of the Breakfast Show, as was, will know this was one of our great mystery voices. This is a single made by Emu.
You're so lucky to have a friend like me. You'll never be on your own, or miserable, or alone, or blue.
Fantastic, that's Emu. But is Emu a boy?
That's Tommy Steele on gas.
Yeah. So who is that? Is it a boy or is it a girl? And are there other examples of that? Right, a little late for it, but nevertheless, I think we go to the news at 1:30. Oh, no, hang on a moment, stop that, do that, stop that, and go to the news, which is up there. Here we go, why you go?
On 94.9 FM, this is BBC London. With the headlines, I'm Dan Whitworth.
Applause out of that. We're having a good show here. If you press the red buttons on your remote controls, we fixed that now. You can hear the show in and off the air. So during the news, if you don't want the update, you can hear what's happening in the studio. And a little round of applause for that last little turn we did. It's a male-free midweek is what we're getting off the ground here. You need to text us, 07786 200 949. Email margaret.rutherford@bbc.co.uk. Who's the greatest living Englishwoman? Does everyone think you're a man? For what reason? Let us know about that, please. you for that. We're looking for the greatest living Englishwoman. And stop tugging at our heartstrings to give us people who have been amply rewarded, either by, damehoods or all of that.
So no
at the moment, it's spread so thin that the two people who have rung in and said, is Dan allowing Jennifer Aniston? I've allowed. So Jennifer Aniston is currently the front runner.
Should be on number one.
In the greatest living Englishwoman. You bet, if only for one small technicality. Of course, if I could feign the glandular transition, I'd settle for taking the veil. What do you got over there? What's that, Alex?
Greatest living Englishwoman. I thought of this one, actually. Kathy Burke. Because she's much funnier than Harry Enfield and looks a bit scruffy.
There's no need to compare and contrast with dear Harry. You know what Harry Enfield's doing at the moment? Do you know?
I don't know what he's doing.
Harry Enfield is a big star in America at the moment. Big star on television every single day, about 25 times a day, because he is the face of Burger King in America. He sells burgers. He is. He does it. He
sells out.
He plays. No, he's an actor. Even on a track painting posters, my dear. And Orson Welles advertised things. I think we can make allowances for the Enfield.
That's what you sell, though, isn't
it? But he's there saying he plays a motivational speaker, an American motivational speaker, happy, clappy motivational speaker. Big hit. Harry Enfield, currently, big hit in America. So that's the way it goes. Here's Keithy Baby in Rustic. Good morning, Keith.
Good morning, Dan.
Good morning, Keithy Baby Keithy. What's the matter, Keith? What are you tugging our coat for?
I was going to say, I thought I wasn't going to get the theme tune anymore.
No. Look, we're in a state of flux. I landed like the house in The Wizard of Oz on the station on Monday after lengthy negotiations, and things will all will be revealed in time. So, Keith, what have you got for us?
Greatest living Englishwoman for you.
Go on.
Well, it's got to be obvious. It's got to be my dear old mother.
Oh, man! Let's give you a ding for that. Yes, OK, of course your mother, but tell us exactly why, Keith.
Well, you know the reason why, but it's telling the other viewing and listening public that my mum worked on the Enigma Code. She was one of the ladies that...
The thing is, all of us would put forward the old gal, I think, one way and the other. But Keith's mum worked on the Enigma Code. How about that?
That's good. That's
the BBC One series.
Did Kate Winslet play her?
I have no idea, but she was one of the girls who worked in the Enigma Code. If anyone else rings in and backs your mum up, Keith, then you've every chance of, by the end of the show, your mother being pronounced the greatest living Englishwoman.
I'm sure everybody that knows her will phone in. I think she's out at the moment doing something, but and I've got another very quick asterisk story for you.
I wished I brought the literature in. I collected a lot of it in America, figuring I'd come back to the radio one day. And in America, they love giving out literature in the streets, which says, go and pick up your car, asterisk, and down at the bottoms are the defining terms, and I'm starting to collect these things. What have you got?
Well, I saw it over the other day for a concert I thought I'd go to. Great. Jules Holland, loads of people on with him. Ruby Turner, Sam Brown, Mark Armand.
Oh, man.
Solomon Burke. I thought, fantastic.
Yeah.
Then asterisks, only one or two are appearing all the time.
Oh, please give us more asterisks. I love... Hey, you know what I'm going to call it? Here, listen, write this down, because this is next year's Sonny. I'm defending my crown already. This little category is called Asterix the Gaul. Thank you very much indeed. That's what this is called. All the records today reflect the great women's songs of the last 50 years.
Stuck like a dope with a thing called hope, and I can't get it out of my heart.
Not this heart. I'm stuck like a dope with this thing called hope. You know what? One of these days when we get round to doing tombstones, there's mine right there. Chisel it now, boys. I'm stuck like a dope with this thing called hope. Nah, never. People think, actually, it's the name of my ex-wife or something, won't they? How about this? This is from Phil on the M25. Where else? I'm very glad to see that we are having the heady debate once and for all about emu's sexuality.
Well,
and he says it must be a male, or it would be a she-mu. Right. Emu's sexuality must be male, or it would be a she-mu.
But surely, if it was a boy, it would be a he-mu.
Never examine comedy.
I have here.
Never examine comedy.
Quite
never pull it
categorically, from an email from Robert saying he was definitely a boy, and as far as I remember, Emu was mute and never spoke. Your record must be an imposter, sir, or an emulator.
No, you never... Man alive. Maybe this is the difference between the AM and the PM they were warning me about. Anyway, it happens when you've got kids. They do say they can look at things on television. You've never thought about the sexuality. I mean, we think we know for a fact.
About George. Obviously the name was a giveaway.
We know for a fact that that Sweep is a boy. We know for a fact Sweep is a boy. Sooty, we don't know. My little girl is convinced Sooty's a little girl.
What? No, come on.
Based on what?
Sooty's absolutely a boy.
Based on what?
Because they say he when they talk about him.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Other than that, I wouldn't have known. They had. I love the way I was watching. I watched more Sweep than Sooty than you'd know. And new listeners, you'll hear my Sweep impersonation on the other side of this. But when Sooty puts things down, people think he's the benign one. He's not. He's very violent. Have you ever seen Sweep put things down? They'll say, "Sweep, give me that alarm clock," and he goes. He does. They'll say, "Sweep, have you seen my glasses?" He bangs them down like that. It's so... I mean, the thing of that and his swoon. What a character Sweep is. Why aren't the Sweep was tough. That, 3 times round and then down with the swoon. Sue's a nuisance.
Well, no, Sue is a nuisance, but I thought that she and Sooty, you know.
I know. I shall now complete this song as Sweep. Bless you. Here we go. Here we go. Let's have a little drink. Here we go. How about that? That's not bad. Has anyone ever heard me do White Shade of Pale like that?
Promise you, he's
have you never heard me do Jefferson Airplane's White Rabbit as Sweep? Oh, we're going to have a long relationship on the fresh meat. Never heard me do those, Okay, so here's the other stuff we're doing this morning. Helen Sharman, hugely underrated, Britain's only astronaut. Yeah, but I'm...
Miriam Margolyes, very good. Absolutely.
Miriam Margolyes, when she was in, absolutely...
what a sauce!
Tore up this studio. We had Miriam Margolyes in one of the breakfast shows. And, I'm all for bumptious guests, and that's it. It's Liberty Hall.
But my word.
But she would... and this is not our sort of thing at all, but she would raise one cheek.
Yes, she did.
And blow off loudly. And look you in the eye, defying you to say something, as if to say... the only other person who did that was Simon Callow. No, he didn't. I don't know why I want to say that. It cheers me up to think Simon might have done that. But yes, I'll allow Miriam Margolyes. Apart from anything else, she's fantastic. And she went off to America shortly after that, and she was very good to us over there as well. Tried to promote the show over there. Nothing happened. What else you got there, Alex?
How about Helen Mirren, over 60 and still a babe?
No, we mustn't go over the babe.
What about this then, Twiggy?
About that. Yeah, Twiggy.
Oh,
Twiggy.
come on.
No, Twiggy's a very good thing. Twiggy's fantastic. I mean, no, Twiggy is good.
Defend that.
Leslie Hornby, she's great. She's got a great sexy voice. As you know, I only like working class accents. I like that. I think that's a very good thing, the Twiggy one. At the moment, the greatest
Charlie
English woman is Twiggy. Here's Jules in Twickenham. I'm sorry to keep you hanging on there, Jules. Jules, you've got something about an asterisk for us, yes?
Yeah, I saw this unbelievable deal for a top-of-the-range 7-megapixel camera on the internet. Someone had posted, on one of the popular selling websites. I won't say which one. And so I clicked...
Was it on eBay? Was it on eBay?
No, it was
Amazon?
one beginning with A.
Amazon.
Anyway,
okay, it was on Amazon.
So I clicked on it, and you go to the site, and there's a little asterisk, of course, and it says, when you look at the bottom, it says you can get one of these if you sign up one of these DVD, one of our special offers that they're promoting.
Come into my parlour, said the spider to the fly. How close were you to...
DVD club, I thought, yeah, that's okay. I was going to sign up for one of those anyway. So, I looked at the asterisk, and I thought, well, that's fair enough.
That's fair enough. Okay, yeah.
Then there was another asterisk.
Oh, right, okay.
You had to get someone else to sign up to it.
And what were you...
I phoned my mates up, and I phoned one, I said, look, if you sign up for it, we'll get this camera.
You're still at it?
Someone else. And then afterwards, I saw the other asterisk on the bottom of that page, and it said you had to get 10 people to sign up to it.
Oh. This is one of those pyramid mails.
They don't bother with
did you draw the line? It does sound like a pyramid scheme. I was called a pyramid scheme once. I was called one. I was so raw. I got called one.
For me, I told them to go out and buy one themselves. It's quicker and cheaper.
Even so, Jules, up until the point it went to 10 people, you were still interested in the asterisks?
Well, I don't know, there's a part of me that thought maybe there was a chance of getting this 300 quid camera. I should have known better.
Well, you see, when I was little, one of my great joys was going out in the garden with my dad and going around to the rose trees and pruning off the suckers, because they used to get suckers. They're like parasites that grow on the side of it.
Living things?
Yeah, they're living things. They're called suckers, and they come off the side of it, and they're red, and they try to adopt the look of a rose tree. Yeah, and they will eventually kill it and take it over, and they're called suckers. Although now I know their Latin name must be Julesius in Twickenhamus. Thank you very much, my friend. We're after the greatest living English woman, English woman. No English man. Here's something, and I don't want to get all moopy here, but here's would have been a front runner had not.
This is Barbara Streisand.
So So we're after things they should stop inventing. Just stop inventing it. The plug on our bathroom sinks, which has only been there a year, and it's not a rubber thing anymore. It's some kind of device, and you have a bit of machinery in it. It clamps down behind, and it's chrome, but it lets water in, and there it pops up instead of going down. They should have stopped inventing bathroom plugs. What you got?
Olive said, it's a very angry email, actually. You can see the venom that was thrown when she...
Yeah, we're back on the air.
I'll tell you what shouldn't have been invented. Stupid electric car windows. What's wrong with the wind-up ones anyway? I spent the whole summer driving my car roasting like a turkey as the motors have gone up in both front windows, and it's going to cost £300 to replace.
No, I think I'm disallowing this because I like the electric... No, I like sitting... When I'm sitting there, and believe me, I spend more time than you'd believe with my hazard lights on, waiting for people to come out of things like dry cleaners, people. And I think we know what's going on around here. So, and so the things are going, and all you can do to amuse yourself sometimes is just... Especially if you've got a little one in the back. I used to turn around when Nancy was really little. It was only the other week I told her how it was done, and her window in the back. I said, blow the window, Matt, and she used to go... And it goes... I said, how'd you do that? Blow it again. No, you can't get rid of that. That's good fun.
For entertaining children, it's very good. She also says Grace's living Englishwoman is June Brown, brackets Dot Cotton.
I don't know. I think they might find Bayan and his little dance troupe he's in there. They'll probably go down that route. But I know sooner or later on the show we're really going to hit it on the head. Bang! That's what we're going to say. That's it. Someone's going to remind us who the greatest living Englishwoman is.
Julie Andrews, Holly says, I know she's a dame, but... ...
It's not a bad call. I mean, I've got... what do we want to hear? I've got the entire Sound of Music soundtrack with us. I can hear them.
I think that's nothing. Fair. No, she's carried the good name of England across the water.
It could be. Well, at the moment, let's say it's worth replacing Jennifer Aniston then certainly with it.
Who isn't English, of course.
No, what is this? Hi, Dan. I once bought a Paul Carrack CD with a cardboard outer sleeve. It said in large letters... Over my featuring, oh yes, here's an asterisk, I'm sure, coming up. Featuring over my shoulder, how long and the living years? I stumped up my 12 quid, only to find when I got home, there was, in fact, a minute and tiny jeweler's eye piece of an asterisk next to these title, stating that these songs were all recorded by Paul Carrack that were on other CDs, and not the one I purchased, surely not. I was going to say, mono reprocessed for stereo, or some of the tracks have been re-recorded. They had a sticker on the front saying what tracks weren't on it, from the man who brought you, and the asterisk. More of those, please. Thank you very much indeed. Who sent us that? It just says the art department here. Doesn't matter anymore. Oh, Danny in the art department, that'll be. Okay, so what's this? Oh, see, now we're turning into grumpy old nation here. There's a slight difference.
It's always going to happen.
This is things they shouldn't carry on inventing. And I don't agree with this one either, as an epicure. I don't agree with this one either. It says, once there was just salted. Here we go. Then salt and vinegar. Salt and vinegar was launched by Joe Brown. The very first salt and vinegar crisps in this country were launched by Joe Brown. Really? I couldn't wait. About 1963, I was sitting on the carpet.
Did he have a song?
Yes, bless you. Bless you, heart. Yes, there was. One second, Emma. So what's going to happen is, so I'm sitting on the carpet, and on come this, and I remember this, I don't know why, there was a barge going up one of the canals of Britain, and on the front was Joe Brown. Joe Brown, not Joe Brown. Right, so Joe Brown was on the front with his banjo, and he said, salt and vinegar, it's the taste of the brand new crisp, the taste to make you smack your lips, salt and vinegar, the sensational new taste, it's a brand new way, a brand new taste, Smith's salt and vinegar crisps. And I thought, golly, and yet the fact is they only did it because people used to put vinegar in their crisps.
Did they?
And then they sold it back to us as a brand new flavour. Yes, they did.
Well,
anyway.
I'm glad they did, because it's soggy otherwise.
Yeah, that's the only way to do it, but anyway, so thank you.
But no, I disagree. No, isn't it disappointing when you go to America and they just have ready salter and paprika flavour?
I must say, I'm never disappointed going to America.
Well, I am with the crisps.
Salt and vinegar. That. Then there was cheese and onion. This is from Deb in Woking. This was fine, and it should have stopped there. This is exactly the point we want to make. You're not against the thing per se, but they should stop inventing it. Today, I've seen Lincolnshire sausage and leek, and they taste nothing. You're so grateful if they actually taste a little like it. Oh no, I can taste
it. Really
does. Here's Emma in Pimlico. Good morning, Emma.
Hi, Danny. Nice to hear you back.
Thank you very much. The Lincolnshire sausage and leek crisp. It just seems a long way to go for what basically tastes like smoky bacon. Emma, what have you got for us? Who's the candidate for the greatest living Englishwoman?
Liz Smith, the actress.
Oh, now it's well done. Liz Smith.
Well, I was going to, sadly, it would have been Mo Molam. I thought she was wonderful.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, and no disrespect at all here, not that it's ever stopped us before, but even if the Mo had still been extant, I'd have still gone for the Liz Smith. That's a
would
perfect...
you?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
In France, as they say, they would dedicate a park to her. This Liz Smith is absolutely the greatest living Englishwoman.
Okay.
And knocking off dear Kathy Burke from the pedestal at the moment. Yep, unless
Danny,
thank you.
Come afterwards.
Yeah, thank you very much indeed.
My pleasure, Danny.
I'm going to, as extending yesterday, and this will stay open. Yesterday we were asking people to put letters after their name, 3 letters that they're known by. And Emma in Pimlico is LSL now, Liz Smith lover. And let the ages sort it out, is what I say. So, anyway, so we ask you the greatest living Englishwoman. We've got Vashti Bunyan coming in now. If you
where does she rate? Where does she stand on this list?
We shall ask Vashti.
She seems to be the person who's instigated the whole idea of man-free midweek.
Let me play a little Vashti Bunyan before we disappear. Now, some people find Vashti too fragile for their taste. But how long we got? We've got 1 minute. Well, we can just play a little of it to tell people exactly the kind of treat they're in for here. OK, I love this.
We did have somebody saying here that there are any other folk singers named after ailments of the feet.
Well, I suppose.
Just, fair enough.
And thus come in the punners. Here we go. Oh, no, hang on a second. I bet this is Spanish Sandy Shore.
1 minute.
OK, just 1 minute. Well, Vashti Bunyan will be with us. I'll play a bit of this because this is a delight. Not just the idea that it's Sandy Shore singing in Spanish. Right? I dug this out to play on Man Free Midweek. Right? But the liner notes for this album, which is all in Spanish, was released in 1966. It says, and I don't speak Spanish, but it says this: Somberebi una cosa de poco passari da dagenum. Da dagenum. All right, what one do I push here, Mountain Goat? The first white one there, is it, or the blue one, or the green one?
It's
that one there. Okay, so we'll go straight into this. This time there's going to be no messing about. Here we go. Yeah.
It's changing, I think. It looks as if it's going to be dry after all.
That's the news for BBC London 94.9. It's
Fail-free midweek. It's a new initiative that the fellas in R&R have come up with. We're giving it another go. It's definitely not women only.
But the fellas in R&R came up with that, didn't they?
Yeah, they came up with that. No,
the chaps.
They did. They thought they were male-free midweek.
How nice of them.
But no, actually,
how generous.
I instigated it because Vashti Bunyan's joining us, and joins us right now, if I've got my faded right. Good afternoon, Vashti Bunyan.
Hello.
You're up in Sheffield at the moment. There's a whole bunch of students who should be at a lecture who are listening. My son started university recently, and when I said to him, he kind of gave me the high hat when I said I was coming back to the radio. And I said, we've got Vashti Bunyan in on Wednesday, and just before you start talking, this is the sound that emanated from his ears when I said that. I said, whoa, Vashti Bunyan's it. And so they're all up there now, and they're all on Twitter. How has it been, this round of promotion for the first album for 35 years? How has it been?
Whirlwind, absolutely incredible.
Are you regretting it, putting your head above the parapet again?
No.
No. See, I'm sure you're tired of hearing it, and it's somehow it gets in the way of your talent and your songs. The story of putting out an album in 1970, completely neglected.
Yes.
30 years later, starts selling for £1,000 a copy on eBay. You suddenly realise, oh, that was my LP. Didn't you once describe it as you shuffled into the line or something like that? Tell us how it was received, that album.
It wasn't. It really wasn't. It shuffled out and it blushed, I think I said, and that's exactly what it did.
It blushed and then shuffled off the stage.
Shuffled off into oblivion.
Were you ready for stardom at that point? Did you think this is it? Oh, you were?
Well, maybe not then, but before that, before I made Diamond Day, because I made Diamond Day after leaving music once already. But before that, yes, I was.
Why would you
really
left once already? You made a couple of singles and Andrew Loog Oldham and all that story, which, people are lazy, they can look on the internet afterwards. I'm not going to waste our time together going over a very well-trod story, but you had a couple of singles out, they didn't go anywhere.
They didn't, and that was the disappointment. Because I was ready then.
Yeah.
But
you wanted to be a big star, like Sandy Shore or something, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
You see, people think you're some kind of porcelain figure afar who's one skin too few for this world, and I've never thought you like that.
Oh,
you don't get on a horse and cart and suddenly take off to the wilds of Scotland if you're a blushing, retiring little thing. You're never a little thing. You never struck me as
I was no butterfly.
Yeah. And so there it is. You attempted back how the first time round?
The first time round to make Diamond Day.
To make Diamond Day.
Well, I'd written these songs not thinking I would record them, but I met Joe Boyd, and he gave me a £5 note.
Wow. That's good money. It's more than Nick Drake ever got off him, let me tell you that. Yeah. He gave you a £5 note.
He gave me a £5 note and said, at the end of the journey, we will make an album of these songs, and he kept his promise. And so
is it true? Is it actually true? Is the legend true that you went in a gypsy caravan on the way up to Donovan's little, escarpment up there in the wilds of Scotland, just making up songs as you went? And was it really? Because that's a PR person's dream. I'm not cynical here, but believe me, there's a lot of craft in this album. There's great musicians on Just Another Diamond Day, as there is on looking after him. And it just seems to me, that people want to believe that rather than a lot of hard work that must have gone into making any record.
Well, the hard work went into the journey because we went up the A6. And
in a horse and cart?
In a horse and cart with
true.
It is true. Trucks roaring up behind us and then seeing how slow we were going and screeching to a halt behind us.
And where were you going? Remind me, where were you going?
We were going to Skye from Sidcup. South of London. We set off for Skye. And
why? Why did you set off for Skye from Sidcup?
and why in a horse and cart?
Well, we had no money, we had nowhere to live. A house on wheels seemed a good idea. Horses don't need petrol. Didn't occur to us how long it was going to take to get.
How long did it take?
The thing is, it always sounds.
Wow.
It always sounds idyllic. I mean, the story is, and the thing is, I'll play something before we get on to the new album. 35 years in the making, and I mean this. I mean, my son is no slouch. He used to work at Selector Disc. He knows his stuff, and nothing is too modern or too niche for Sonny and his friends. And yet, things like Animal Collective and stuff, who you work with people now who just are the very, it sounds like I'm damning them, but they're the very last word in what, old folks call cutting edge. And they line up to work with you and have done. And it all stems from this one completely forgotten album, not because of it. I never think people think it's because of the story. And it's extraordinary, yes, it's a delicate record, but man alive, there's a magic about it, isn't there? There really is a magic about that album.
Well, the magic was in the journey. It was a magical journey. It was really very tough, and I was homesick and I missed my mother. But there were so many compensations, and the people that we met and the adventures that came our way.
And the story of going to Skye, you were off there for Donovan?
To join Donovan because he'd bought some islands there, and he wanted a community of like-minded people. Writers and painters and musicians.
And did you ever get to meet Donovan?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, well, he lent us
I heard you got there and he was out or something. After a year and a half, you got up there.
So they went back.
They said, no, he's in Sidcup.
That's right.
I said, I heard it.
Pretty much like that. Well, no, he helped us to get the horse and the wagon. He lent us the money for it, and we stayed with him. Yeah, and we stayed with him while we were preparing the wagon for the journey, so I did know him a bit.
Okay.
How was the horse at the end of it?
Tired.
Now, was it Bess? Was the horse called Bess?
She was called Bess.
Well, the story of the journey is in this, which is a song that, and I know it infuriates you, and it infuriates me, because sometimes I make up, forgive me, you don't get the PRS, but I'll burn a CD for people, and a couple of tracks will be on it. And people can either hear it or they can't. They think, my daughter, who's 7, and I know you're cursed with that, people think, it's a children's song. But you're not. I mean, it's the same as I like, the Beatles at 7. She adores it, she knows all these songs all the way through, but so do I, and so do other people. So, if you've never heard, experienced Vashti Bunyan before, we're going to start with just Another Diamond Day, the album, and this is Jog Along Bess, which man, to live the dog in London town, one ear up and the other ear down and all of that. Here we go. This will be Jog Along Bess if I've queued it up right. Here we go. Yes, it is. This is Vashti Bunyan at that time, on that journey, the story of it. Here we go.
Jog along Bess, hop along May, squeak along Blue, it's a walk along day, it's a long road and weary are we, bubble on kettle and make us all some tea.
It's a work-a-long day. I said I'd end up singing. I do apologise. That's probably not the timbre we're looking for there. But that was the first I heard of that, and without wishing again to underanalyse the thing, the deceptively simple thing. It's almost childlike. They said, and that's exactly the spell that the entire album weaves in Just Another Diamond Day. Was there a ready and waiting, a follow-up that nobody asked you for? Or how long did it take you to realise, perhaps not. How long did that take?
Oh, not long at all. Well, it took a year from when they were recorded, these songs, to when they came out as an album.
Yeah.
And by that time I had a baby. I'd gone on to live the life that I was talking about in the songs. And it's...
But were you such an incorrigible hippie, and that phrase is always used, and believe me, as I say, nothing, the hippies were more politically active than any punk rocker. I mean, you didn't get the riots about the war in the square and all of that. No, the hippies were, the flowers in gun barrels. You never got that from punk rock, and hippies are get a very bad press. But were you idealistic and mad?
I didn't think of myself as a hippie. I was idealistic. I was mad. And
But not a hippie, strangely. Yeah.
I wasn't a mad hippie.
No. Oh.
My children would... Oh, they couldn't bear to think that I was a hippie either.
Did you give your children nutty names? Forgive me here.
Yes.
Go on.
Well, I did.
Yeah.
The first one is called Leaf.
As in the leaf flower?
Well, if he'd been a girl, he would have been Leaf, but he was a boy, and so he was Leif.
Is he still called Leif?
He's still called Leif.
Because Zowie Bowie changed his name, of course.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he's Joey. He couldn't live with it. But yeah, it is Leif. So there you go. There it is. And how many children do you have?
I have 3.
Yeah.
I have 3.
And, of course, Vashti in itself is hardly a Joan, is it?
Well, no.
What's the story there?
My brother was John and my sister was Susan and I was Vashti. Oh, well, my grandfather found the story in the Bible of Queen Vashti who disobeyed her husband. And my grandfather nicknamed my mother Vashti because she was difficult.
Oh, how wonderful. I've not heard this story. Oh, okay. I think people probably shrink away from saying, how comes Vashti? Have you ever met another Vashti?
No. I know of some now, but only recently.
What, named in tribute?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, well, maybe one.
But they are. There's no shying away from it because, yeah. So there it is. All right. So we said then, and the album goes away, and as we know, you were typing away on the internet about 5-6 years ago. Thought, what if anyone knows about me on there? And you suddenly found out that what?
Well, that Diamond Day wasn't lost and forgotten, like I thought. And there were only 100 pressed, so I don't know how it got its way around, but it's like...
No.
Yeah.
Then there's a lot of frauds out there.
I know. well, that's what I found out, you see. I found out about the bootleg that was...
Because it was on a major label. It was on Philips.
It was on Philips.
100?
100.
And it sold?
2, probably.
Have you got a copy?
No, I
You don't have a copy of it?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
And so there it is. It sold 100, and now we know there's bootlegs around. And you were staggered to find out that not only were there 1 or 2 mentions of Vashti Bunyan, you were right across it, people saying whatever happened to her and all of that.
That's right.
So what action did you take?
I found out about the bootleg, and I got a copy of that, and it was so horrible because it was copied from a really old scratched album, and there were bits missing of songs, and that kind of made me reclaim it in a way and feel, if it's got to be out there.
How do you do that though? What's the first step you make? I mean, who do you ring saying, I made an album 30 odd years ago and I now want to find out where it is?
Well, the first thing I did was to find out who the publisher was now, and that's how I met Paul Lambden, who was working at Ryco.
Okay.
And he found all the old contracts, but he'd never heard...
I thought it had been, you know...
He also found the original master tape.
Yeah.
That had been in a warehouse for 30 years.
And it was reissued and just went through the roof.
Yeah, he made
folk terms.
The label spinny to put it out.
I said in folk terms, and you don't like the term folk even.
I don't like the term folk.
Well, that's what it is, though. I mean, that's it. I don't like the term great big fat middle-aged man.
What would you call it if not folk?
Well, that's the problem. I don't know what to call it.
No, it is odd. It is like, and I know you often get lumped in with that kind of, the Nick Drake kind of. He's given folk now. No, who knows what that is? But there's a certain timbre to these things that blows through you. And I don't know if people got it from just that one track there, but it's something magical in that and in what you do and a return to do again, which it pretty is indefinable and it is not given to everyone. This is not like Fairport Convention, with all respect to them, and it's certainly not like Maddie Pryor. There's something in this which I suppose, is just Vashti Bunyan, yes? There's no category? Where do you look for them in shops?
Well, sadly, in the folk department, which is a terrible tragedy to me.
You send the royalties back, do you?
Well.
How would you rather define it? Or would you rather not?
I'll tell you what here, and you can get ready for bricks to come through the window from past. It's almost spiritual. No, it is. There's something incredible. There is something nourishing in an album like Just Another Diamond Day, and now you've done it again, and you haven't altered the formula greatly. Were you tempted to have, drum machines and people said, no, hang on, a band? How about Vashti Bunyan and the band? Was there a lot of that?
The first demos, we lots of drums, lots of electric guitars. And lots of bass, and it really didn't work. And it was only when I stopped trying not to be like Diamond Day that it started.
Yeah. Where did it come from? Because you were saying as we were listening to that offer, you were saying that it was actually something you wrote to comfort yourself very much, and and you were also saying that was just a completely different lifetime to you. So where are you coming with writing this new album then? Is it
a lot
if not to comfort?
Well, again, that's why it's called what it's called.
But, although if I could look
actually, I suppose so. Yeah.
If I could just jump in there as well, and given that this is a completely different spiritual journey for the writing of, because I know some of them written in Sainsbury's, weren't they, dear?
Well, yes.
This was not on a painted painted
comfort in Sainsbury's on a weekly basis.
Yes, you need comforting in there.
The people who seek you out, and I'm sure you do have people who seek you out and are in awe of the album, because it's one of those albums like Astral Weeks that people just think, well, that's it, my entire collection revolves around this. And I'm sure you do get, we won't label those up, people who seek you out and stuff. Are they disappointed to find out you're not quite as otherworldly as they would suspect, Did people try to write songs for you and say, oh, this is a song like you write?
I think they're surprised to find that I know one end of a computer from the other.
Could you write on the computer? You write on the computer?
I wrote on the computer, yeah.
People will be disappointed by that, won't they?
Well, I hope they won't. I mean, that would just really make me very sad.
They think you're going to be underneath the spreading chestnut tree with a clay pipe and a faraway look in your eye, saying,
I'm
dreaming them
so
up.
sorry. Disappointed you, Danny. I'm really sorry.
Let's play something on a new one. You suggest, because I'm into the first three tracks, and I will do that. But let's go beyond that. What would you like off the album?
I like the first one.
I was going to do that, but I thought it was such a cliche. I really did. You have heard it, right? No, okay, let's just do this. Here we go. This is from the brand new one, which we'll talk about straight after this. Look Aftering. We'll discuss that title when we return, because this is Vashti Bunyan, by the way. Celtic as tuppence, unchanging yet changeless as canal water. 35 years, I'm thinking, between both the albums. And did you write nothing in the meantime? Did you not have nothing?
Nothing.
I mean, I know they say the backbone of the story is that you were forgotten and given up hope yourself, but
yes.
if you can do it, how can you not do it?
Because whenever I picked up my guitar, it sounded like Diamond Day, which I had rejected, which everybody had rejected, and so it sounded horrible to me.
And how does that make you feel, knowing that if you had have written another Diamond Day 2 years later, how does it make you? It must be...
I don't know. There's something really wonderful about just having that huge gap, and because I can look back over it and find so much that I didn't see then that sounds wonderful to me now.
Well, there's enough people in this world who we wish hadn't recorded for the last 35 years. So maybe that is the way forward for maturing artists.
Did that put a sort of stumble on all your creative outlets then? Because, I mean, you clearly are, and if you're not doing it that way, then what?
Well, I can't think of anything that I ever loved as much as I loved music, apart from my children, and that's where it all went, I think.
And is it now going to come out like a flood, like when George Harrison left the Beatles and all those songs started pouring out of him? It's certainly not going to be 35 years, wait, let's face it. But are you working on another one already?
I am, in my head, yes. I am.
I'm looking for something here we can...
Well, it's worth it. Ali in Bookham's just said, good morning, Candyman. Even as we speak, there are 4 copies of Diamond Days for sale on eBay.
Oh, yeah, but...
He doesn't say what they're going for.
No, that's the thing. Once those first ones started going...
No, exactly.
We can't help feeling partly responsible, because on the show here, I mentioned it quite a while back, I mean, about 3 years ago, and somebody rang up and said, my sister's got that album, because I was saying about it, and she said, my sister's got it, and how much did you say it's going for? And I said, at the moment it's at £1,400, and on the air he started going for 12, anyone bid me 12? So that was a genuine copy. Now we don't know. Just before we finish, I'm looking for an inappropriate song to sing. Do you know the words to Black Sabbath's Paranoid? Where else are you going to get it, Vashti? It goes, finished with my woman because she couldn't help me with my life. You must have heard Paranoid.
I'm sorry.
Did it ever make it? It goes, finished with my woman because she couldn't help me with my life. Finished with my woman because she couldn't help me with my... Come on, you know that song, Of course you do. Let's try it. Let's have a go. All right, have you got... Here we go. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, try it. Because she couldn't help me. That's it. Oh, now we're going to... Let's try this. This is the kind of thing you can't get from your Word magazine. I'll try it again. Yeah, right, I'll cue you in. Let's finish with my woman because she couldn't help me with my life. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Finished with my woman because she couldn't help me with my life.
Yes! I tell you what, I know Look Aftering will sell itself and everyone's going to run down by it, but if that isn't bootleg, I should be most overcome. Vashti, I can't tell you, I did say when you walked in, I'm not often bashed and quivering and stuff. No, I was. And I said, well, no, because, we've supported no good nicks and talentless bums in our time, because that's part of the business. But to have Vashti Bunyan opposite me, and to be good enough to do that as well. It's on Fat Cat Records, by the way. Look after him. And, of course, there's no reason why you shouldn't rush out if you've only just been introduced to Just Another Diamond Day. It was unfortunate, I'd say, I only got a chance to play 2 of them there. But an absolute treat awaits you, and, not a myth, not a shy retiring butterfly, a woman and a massive creative talent. Vashti Bunyan, thank you very much indeed for being with us.
So much.
Thanks for doing that. I don't know how you could have done it, bless you. Vashti Bunyan, everyone. Where you go, Matty? Go. What do we got? No? Nothing. I've got nothing. I can do a second verse. I need someone to tell me the things in life.
Are we still on it?
We're still on it. Oh, man. This is...
On 94.9 FM. BBC London. With the 4:30 headlines, I'm Dan Whitworth.
For more details of films showing near you in this year's London Film Festival, go to bbc.co.uk/London.
London's Film Festival on London's radio station.
Hold on, who's doing the voiceovers round here? Me or her?
BBC London 94.9.
So you played all the way through that. It's above and beyond. If you press the red buttons on the remote controls, you can cut straight to this point. But so many people don't believe it. They don't even try it up.
Before, because I was singing along heartily to that.
And also to Just Another Diamond Day. By the way, before that, we were asking the Greatest Living English Woman. We're going to carry this on tomorrow because I can see the currency is different to the breakfast shows. The breakfast shows, were self-contained one-offs. But I think we can spread these through the 10 hours a week that we meet in this happy little treehouse. So we're doing Who's the Greatest Living English Woman at the moment. At the moment, it's Liz Smith is the...
Well, no. You see, this is it. Right, Stephen emailed in. He says, I see you, Liz Smith, and I raise you, Maggie Smith. And I'm going to
go with Liz. Maggie is fated everywhere she goes. I mean, she has lunch with Alan Bennett twice a week. She doesn't need us to give it all of that. But I'm saying Liz Smith at the moment is the vote, taking it from Jennifer Aniston. If you weren't listening earlier, you wouldn't know why Jennifer Aniston is the greatest living Englishwoman. But also we're doing, if you could never gender things correctly, emu, people have come down and said emu must be a boy. They just presume it is. But little girls don't think emu's a boy.
How can they not?
Phil here said Orville, the green chick, of course. Inevitably we get there. He says, just a green bird, he said, but when I was little, I loved him as a kid and went to see Orville in Hello, Danny. It was a show he had,
well,
apparently.
How about that?
Apparently, yeah. In concert, the kid could never figure out if Orville's a boy or a girl. Now, and he knows it doesn't matter, and he knows it's too cute, and it make your toes curl. But these things are never gendered. And if this show doesn't do it, no one else will. The monkey was a boy, but what about the bird? I don't know about the monkey and the bird. However, the Orville, a girl or a boy?
I always struggle with that. I think
it's a little boy,
but very much,
I think a little boy.
Of course, there's
what?
Tremendous Orville impression.
Oh, yes, you do. Yes, you do. I'll see your Orville impression, and we could have Sweep talking to Orville. Do you think that'd make enough people turn off? You could have enough people turning off. I tell you, you be
I'll be Orville.
You be Orville, asking me as Quentin Crisp whether I have found the great dark man. Okay, you be Orville, asking me as Quentin Crisp whether I have found the great dark man.
Quentin, have you found the great dark man?
He most certainly, positively, absolutely not the great dark man. No, there's a hybrid there. Never mind Vashti singing Paranoid. That'll be the John Hurt and Orville Hexus the world has waited for.
Speaking of which...
Yeah, you do this. We've got a competition if we can fit
very
this in.
Good. I bought this myself, and I wish I hadn't now if I knew they were giving away free copies here.
Mm-hmm.
The Naked Civil Servant is out on DVD, of which you just quoted there. You have many... I think you can pretty much do the whole film.
Script. I'll have a small Guinness, please. Well, as far as I know, this is done. On 3rd of April, I met thumbnails, etc., etc. But tell us why we're doing this.
So we have it here on video. It's all wrapped and everything. Nobody's taken it out and taken it home and watched it. Naked Civil Servant, with extra bits and everything, is on DVD. And we're giving it away. So we want to know, in exchange for this, in which television series did John Hurt play Roman Emperor Caligula?
Okay.
Around about the same time as this came out.
He followed that up.
I'm not sure which came. Oh, it was a follow-up, was it? And they're not dissimilar characters, really.
No. In which massive BBC historical series did he play Caligula? That's easy. We've got 3 copies, so 0207 224 2000. You can do that. Of course, it was in that when Derek Jacobi, when he turns up as this character and says, "Do I look different today?" "No, don't I?" "Oh, you've become a god! Oh, Majesty!" But who is he playing when he becomes a god, by the way?
Majesty awarded no triumph.
Majesty! And then he does that dance. Anyway, it says here, And we're doing asterisks as well. If you've got any good asterisks you've noticed out there. This is from John in Wandsworth. He said, I once saw a poster advertising Chaz and Dave back on the road live in concert. There was a small asterisk next to it, and I find them irresistible. I can't, not as a footnote in books, they get on my nerves, but in posters and flyers, I love them. And it said, beneath this small asterisk was noted, Chaz and Dave back on the road live in concert. Asterisk, not original Dave.
No.
That was when he was ill. No, it was. They had gigs to fulfill, and they had Chaz and someone else, not original Dave, identified by asterisk. So what are the great asterisks out there you can tell us about? Do people think you're a member of the opposite sex? I forgot about this.
Oh, yes, of
If
course.
you want to ring us, and not physically, unless you're good enough to call us about that, it can be any aspect of your makeup, name, etc., etc. People think you're a woman, or people think you're a man. How many out there are like that? What's that, Alex?
This is, Danny, I think they should stop inventing cars.
Oh, this is things
we have enough now. Let's just prepare the ones we have. That's so incredible.
It's things that should stop inventing, like bathroom plugs.
Bottle openers here as well, says Mick in Belsize Park.
Bottle openers? No.
That's all he says.
Oh, no, I tell you what he means, but I think I know what he
he's
means.
thinking of the big
Those great
ones.
big
But
ones.
they're great!
Air pressure. No, they're not.
I never tire of using them.
There is
never.
no surface in the house.
No.
I mean, just the ordinary pull-on, that's all you need. Stop inventing them. There you go, there's the cranberries, of course, who kind of fizzled out.
They did, what happened? They were
on another day when we haven't got
huge for a while.
25 subjects going, we will do groups who fizzled out. Conversely, the song, of course, came to a shuddering halt there, and I like those as well. Another day we'll be here discussing those sort of things. Today we're looking for the asterisks, we're looking for the greatest living English woman. At the moment, Liz Smith has got the vote. What do you got over
We
there,
have
Alex?
here,
What's
this
that?
is Mick in Chislehurst saying Sheila Hancock gets my vote. I mean, I
Sheila
think that's
Hancock?
fair.
No, I'm still not going to eclipse the Smith there.
I'm
We are
liking
kind of
her more
thinking-
and more recently.
If there's a, I mean, and again, I can't think of a more appropriate phrase. What is the phrase I'm looking for? See, someone like the lady in the van, who Alan Bennett always wrote about, of course, and stuff, and you know, kind of eccentrics, let's put it that way, as opposed to nutty old bags. Eccentrics, if they're around your way, you might say, look, there's someone lives around our way. And I think
not necessarily famous.
No one who, you know what I'm after. I'm not after people who say, and she's selfless, and she gets up every morning and cleans her step at 5:30, even though she lives on the top floor of a block of flats. All of that. We don't want that. We're looking for genuine people we can proclaim, almost at the end of this show, are the greatest living English woman. Which one am I pressing here, mate?
An 80-year-old woman who ran off to live in Wales.
Hold that thought.
Looking at the weather for the next travel and weather at a minute.
I've got the evolutionary scale of woman here. I've got one of those charts. Let me just check this out a minute. I've got one of those evolutionary charts. Now, hang on. Down here, in terms of vocals, here we go. Down here, there's Vashti Bunyan.
Okay.
And over here...
Danny, you're walking quite a long way.
Come back.
No, Danny, you really are walking...
Whoa. Over here is Georgia Brown. All right. Be Kath Melandri. Well, I never thought I'd be sitting opposite you two old harpies again. It's been nearly 4 years.
Neither of us smoke now.
Given up?
No,
but we still go out for gossips.
No, there. Okay, Kath, you're following the show.
Yes.
No, I'm not sure our voices...
I say the phrase, but with no conviction. You're following the show. So what have you got this evening? What will be going on?
It's more of a geographical following as opposed to... we've got plenty of issues, and I've just been told by the Mountain Goat I can tell you about them another time. But I've got an email that says, Danny, salt and pepper shakers, we've got plenty of them.
Oh, I see.
No, you can never know. These electric ones are fabulous. I've got one that's electric and lights up my dinner.
Exactly. These are things they should stop inventing.
No.
We'll continue with this. No, they is.
I should give that away to no man.
A simple utility salt and pepper shaker. Nothing says bespoke style like that, I suspect. But, Kath, just off the top of your head, Kath, what are you going to be rocking the public with?
Well, there are reports that we're going to have an awful winter, okay?
Yes, let's hope so. Not an awful winter, the best ever.
Yes.
Bears skating on the Thames at Blackfriars. That's what Ken Livingston said at midday. We expect to see bears skating on the Thames at Blackfriars.
All right.
He
almost
going
what
to
he said.
fix their skates.
Yes.
Yes, so it's going to be a bad winter, and that's good.
Well,
that's
we're asking people what was the harshest winter they remember. I'm talking snow everywhere.
63 and 48. That's
not 60. Apparently 62 was a pretty bad winter.
62 was warming up for 63. I remember it more correctly than the Met Office. Yeah, that's a great subject. Really good, because that's a good warming subject. That and your bird flu. Oh, time will fly, won't it?
Well, literally, it will between 5 and 7.
Yeah, you are.
Not me though. Oh, and can blokes get bird flu?
Of course you can get bird. We're all looking forward to the bird flu. Here we go. Here's the competition winner. It's Cindy in her cab in Covent Garden. Good morning, Cindy.
Morning.
Good morning, Cindy. What have you got?
Morning?
Yeah, morning. Yeah, no, that's
we're giving up on the whole afternoon thing.
The last couple of days. Yeah, morning it is. Cindy, put the question again, Alex. What is it?
It's I, Claudius.
Yes, correct.
Okay, now put the question. The question
Which
was...
television series did John Hurt play Roman Emperor Caligula?
Yes, he did.
I, Claudius.
You've seen I, Claudius through and through.
Is this Double Jeopardy we're playing?
Yeah, you've seen it through and through, right, Cindy?
I'm too young for that, thank you very much.
You must
too young.
No, it's available on DVD. The whole series is
My mum told me I would go blind looking at things like that.
No, it's wonderful.
Wow,
I'm afraid, yes, he does. It's not Messalina, is it? But who does he I'm afraid,
yes, no, it is Messalina.
He eats the baby from
no,
the body.
no, not her, no.
And then he emerges, doesn't he, saying...
Yes,
I've
it's
become
his sister.
a god.
It's his sister.
His sister, certainly. Anyway, Cindy, you're going to get The Naked Civil Servant, which I trust you've seen.
No, I have seen it. I love John Hurt. Lovely. Thank you.
He's back in the West End, and if you look at today's Standard, he's got raves. This new thing he's in. It's called Heroes. Absolute raves,
I can
Cindy.
believe it.
In Charing Cross Road, that is.
It's in Charing Cross Road. I'll tell you what, Cindy, we're going to try and get tickets, Cindy, okay? And did you work at nights?
I do.
Oh, good. You can pick me up and take me there, then. Okay,
yeah,
thank you very much indeed, Cindy. Yes, there's Cindy, cab in Covent Garden. She's just won that. We've got plenty of stuff to give away. We just never, ever get round to it. What's this here? Well done also to Kate in Islington and Maria in Peckham. All the gals? Well, I suppose so. It's male-free...
Male-free midweek.
Midweek is what we're doing here. What's over there? What
This is very good. Dan, greatest living, and living here is circled with a question mark next to it by Neil Mountain Goat. Greatest living Englishwoman is Margaret Rutherford.
No, see, that's the thing. Even though we're only on for the 2 hours now.
Oh, Ivan.
Just the 2 hours. I did say 2 hours ago. There's no excuse not for listening the duration of the show now. And I did say we can't include any dead people, or Margaret Rutherford would have carried on. Oh, wow! Listen, I've forgotten about this. Bless you, Mountain Goat. Look at that. Only the goat would stay on top of this. Yesterday we had Cameron on the phone. Cameron, to remind us why you rang up in the first place yesterday. Good afternoon, Cameron.
Hi there, Danny.
Cameron, why did you...
I rang up yesterday to join the Deadbeat Club.
Yes, you joined the Deadbeat Club because we were asking people who should be doing other stuff but were goofing off listening to the programme instead, and you indeed are and were. And then I said to you, fill us in, what did I ask you to ring back for?
To read you my homework, which I was skiving off.
And what homework was it?
It was Spanish.
And I told you that the word equipaje is luggage, and therefore you could sail through it. Did you eventually get it done?
Yeah, I got it done.
Okay, and have you got it there?
Yeah, I've got it in front of me.
Okay, so I'll give you some appropriate music behind
Did you ever find out what the word for house was?
Yeah, casa.
Well done.
Isn't that Russian? No, Italian. That's
Russian.
Right. There we go. So let's try this. Hang on. Right. Just read us, ladies and gentlemen. This is 12-year-old Cameron. Where are you again, Cameron?
I'm in Bookham.
Okay, in Bookham. Okay. Not too far from Ali, I take it. So, Cameron. That's another Welsh name. Ali and Cameron. Cameron, in your own time, his Spanish homework. Away you go.
Hola, me llamo Cameron. Vivo en casa. Esta en el norte-este de Inglaterra. Mi casa tiene 13 habitación.
That's more than that. And give us the translation now. What is it?
Hello, my name's Cameron. I live in a house.
How long have you been acting the Spanish? It seems to me like a week.
2 years.
Do you know what this means? Do you know what this means? Aus was ist der Tisch gemacht?
Nope.
That's German. Okay, thank you, Cameron. There's Cameron there who's learning Spanish, and he's going to keep us updated on it every couple of weeks. Every couple of weeks, we're going to go back into the Cameron vault and hear more how his Spanish comes along.
That was very good
and
indeed.
thus the audience will learn.
You should work on the accent a little, but I think, grammatically speaking,
it's got it all going. I'm looking for my Sandy Shore thing. I remember the Sandy Shore thing earlier on that was in Spanish.
Yes,
I was going to play that
thing.
See if we could do it. I can't find it. Give us something over there. What have you got? A list or anything going on?
Yes, I have a list. All right.
It was in Italian. Yes, people rang up and said it was actually in Italian.
All right, it was in Italian.
That's right. I did get that wrong.
The greatest living Englishwomen on the list so far include Kate Moss.
No.
Ellen MacArthur.
No.
Kathy Burke.
Perhaps.
Miriam Margolyes.
Yeah.
Helen Mirren.
No.
Twiggy.
Yep.
No.
What? Twiggy blonde South Londoner? Oh, I'm not going to like that, am I? She's not South London, but London speaks with a London accent. I'm going to hate that always.
Marion Faithfull.
No, not Marion Faithfull. No, she's too soapy.
Ronnie Ancona.
No, not even Ronnie Ancona. No, she's doing all right. No, it's Georgia Brown.
Keithy Baby's mum.
At a pinch. This has been a very successful male-free midweek.
Highly successful.
We started with a big band style from Bette Midler, and we're going to end with Maria Muldoon.
It ain't the meat, it's the motion that makes your mama wanna rock.
And that's us until tomorrow. Alex Thomas, thank you very much indeed.
Pleasure.
Look at that. Started on the phones out there, now side by side. Look at that. We know what the next step is, don't we? Mountain Goat, as always, of course, and the 18, 19-year-olds out on the phones. Chiefly yourselves. I'll see you again at 3 o'clock tomorrow. Where you go, Mountain Goat?